And then Russell.
Welcome to the West Ham Network Extra. Welcome. This is what this page is called now. It's still me. It's Alex. This is Anton. And yes, well, I'm part of the West Ham Network now. And yeah, this is amazing. And it's just in time for the start of the fantastic season that we've got ahead after us having a groundbreaking transfer window, signing every other player and his mother, and just completely changing the team to a better team, hopefully, with a new manager and a new start, and hopefully the start of something very, very special, hopefully. Yeah. Welcome, man. How are you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much, mate. And excited to kind of be working, I suppose, with you on this project. And it's exciting. It's good. It's fun. There's lots of West Ham news out there. And I think there's lots of, there's a new way of how West Ham, there's a new way of how football fans watch football content. And I think it's important that if people believe in what you're producing, that you get that out into the public domain. And I think that you've obviously been working really hard on TikTok. So if anyone doesn't know who is watching right now, that Alex has got a TikTok West Ham account, very popular. That it's been great stuff you're putting out there, and it's always good to get it to another platform as well. And having you join forces with the West Ham Network has been an absolute no-brainer. But the key part here is just we're going to have fun, and we're going to put out regular content again for you. You're going to have another choice, and we're loads of collab working as per usual. And if you are, like I said, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. That is the key part. That is the key part.
Yes, please do. And yeah, no, it's absolutely brilliant to be over here, and thank you so much to you and Russ and Holly, who hopefully will be joining us very shortly as well. And I've been on TikTok now for just over a year. Started this YouTube channel, and once I started it up, as soon as I posted that first video, I was getting messages from Adam and Russ saying, we want you, we want you, we want you. That's all I said.
Yeah, no, so it's good fun, and then we are doing, like I said, collab approaches with loads of people. So it's just, and that's the point, is just to have a little bit of fun. And I can see questions coming in. People are subbing, and that's great. And thank you very much for doing that. And Jan's just asked a question there. Why have you done this? Here comes Holly. The reason for doing it is to give people. There's more we can do. There's more we can do, and I think what we can't do is do too much on one thing. I think we do a lot as things stand on the West Ham Network. There's a lot of content that goes out there, and there's a lot of content that we've got into a rhythm of doing, and it seems to work. What we don't want to do is oversubscribe that as such, and there's so much more cool stuff we could do. The stuff that we've done before that we'd love to bring back, but we can't, and all that sort of stuff. So we just thought, why not, really, as such? And that is what it is.
It's a slightly different platform with slightly different views. And yeah, as you say, you put out 3-4 videos a day as it is, and just having another platform where, I won't be the only one posting here, of course, occasionally, and Russ and Holly will also be contributing to this page as well. But yeah, it's just something. It's all gonna be very well organised, hopefully, and planned around each other. So I won't be going live when they're live, and we'll try and post videos up at times where they don't, they don't clash and things like that. So it's going to be an organised chaos. Is that the correct term? I feel. Yeah,
whole new angle of content.
Yeah. It'll be good fun. I think we'll have a ball doing it. And
if I completely disagree with something Russ says, or especially Anton says, then there won't be contradicting reports on just one page.
Alex, don't be taking sides, mate. Don't be taking sides. You've got to choose the right side.
He's already taken sides. He's taken sides in the video. 3-1 it was. So just saying.
Sorry,
lots of people. Brilliant.
Hope you all enjoyed our intro video.
Yeah, he did actually.
Made by our CBB's executive producer. Look at his face. He's fucking. I love it.
Because
we can't swear on here.
We can. It's 9 o'clock. 20 past.
I heard Wan-Bissaka's getting close.
Well, it got delayed today, didn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Darmesh, Go on, you go.
So no, I had a Twitter thing where I'm posting up updates on it every day on X, where it's just like today it's closed, yesterday it was closed, yesterday it was closed. So I did it today. I said like, yeah, on the 10th it was closed. Yesterday we'd agreed a deal, booked a medical. Today it's back to being closed. It's just an update.
I saw a post being like, "How much closer can Wan-Bissaka get?" It is mad though. But I saw that we're also keeping our options open. I don't know if you saw, but Darmesh posted at I think it's 6:30, and he was saying that Trippier and Mazraoui are still solid options that we're looking at. But
that's
Tim. That's Tim.
That's to shut them up, innit? Shut Man United up.
It absolutely screams of Tim, doesn't it? It's been his way.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. But what I think is more exciting about anything is, bringing Wan-Bissaka in. It doesn't look like we're finished here at all. So and far from it.
So exciting.
Yeah, I don't know who exactly or what positions we exactly. I think it's a midfielder and there's possibly another centre back. If we move on
Soler, Carlos Soler, and I believe it's the other guy
Chalobah?
called. No, it's not Chalobah. The other guy I believe is called. I've got it here. He's a French guy, but he can play left back as well, and his name is Nathan Zeze. He's a 19-year-old from Nantes,
which basically means, and I'm not slagging this off. I'm being sincere. We're not signing those two players. That's what that basically means. And I'm not. No. I'm not just. I'm just being.
I think Soler will be signing.
Look at the history of our signings this summer. I done a show on that recently, and it's so true. If you look at the ones that we're strongly connected to, in and out, shake it all about, they're the ones that so far have actually transpired into an actual transfer. But the ones that aren't so close seem to disappear.
He's just waiting for that. You're just waiting for that Fofana news to break, aren't you? Yeah. You're just waiting. Yeah.
People said it about Tadibo. Russ, you said that. You were shaking your head down the corner there. Look at you down the bottom left there. You were shaking your head. You were going.
You were shaking your head about Somerville.
I was.
But
no, I lesson from that.
As much as I would love Fofana, I just honestly don't see it. I don't think I just can't see it. I think for me, it's going to be a similar type of role to be bringing in terms of Rodriguez, someone who's, because I think money wise, unless Monaco will do like I've done with Tadibo with Nice, which I don't think they will. That's the issue. I just don't. As much as I think he's a great player, I think we've missed our chance. That was last year when we should have got him after the cup with the Emirates Cup when he was there, and he didn't like him.
We're very much packed out. We're kind of packed out in that midfield at the moment. I was going through possible formations and possible lineups earlier today. It's like you're not going to be able to fit them all in. You're just physically not going to be able to. And what is the best lineup going to be? Like how are we going to incorporate players like Paquetá, Somerville, Kudus, Bowen, and Fuller in the side, for example? Like you can't unless you're moving Paquetá back into that midfield, and he can play that 8. I've seen so many people don't like it, but he can play that 8. You don't get the best out of him, but he can play it. It's very much like Kudus. He can play on that left, but you don't get the best out of him.
Kudus ain't playing on the left this year. He's playing as a 3. He'll play as a 10, and Somerville will play on the left. He won't play it.
And when you look at our midfield options, I think Irving will go out on loan.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't think he'll stay. I think Corney will go if obviously someone will take him in the nicest possible manner. Looking at our youth, I think you'll see Potts and probably Earthy go out on loan to reasonable teams. And then the only other player that I was on a show doing, I think it was last night, people were talking about Souček and Ward-Prowse. But I'm telling you something now, like, I'm not saying he's going to go, but if you are looking at another midfielder, there is a strong possibility West Ham do sell Tommy Souček.
I think there's a case.
If you weigh up James Ward-Prowse or Tommy Souček, I don't think Lopetegui wants to sell, get rid of JWP because he is a secret.
I thought Souček played well yesterday. I thought he played really well yesterday. I thought he was
Well, he got
playing.
a full 90, didn't he?
He was playing a deeper role as well. I thought, because he was almost playing the third centre back. He was almost playing that role that Alvarez played. For a minute, I thought they played him a back three because he was like in the centre, and I was thinking, what's going on here? I thought they played really well. I thought he played well. I think what we don't play well when Souček and JWP play together.
Yeah,
because I thought Rodriguez, because there was times where Rodriguez was slightly more advanced of the two with him and Souček, and then it changed, and so it was quite fluid. I thought he played all right. I agree with you, Ant. I think there's several players who we'd like to get off the books, but whether people will buy them, it's like I haven't had any rumours at all about anyone after JWP. Souček, there was random Inter Milan, random Real Madrid when they thought he was a free transfer, but he's not a free transfer.
Fenerbahce as well, Jose Mourinho. And I actually think he would suit Jose Mourinho. But he's the kind of player that Mourinho would like. So that wouldn't surprise me if that happens. No. But I mean, it's so difficult. If you had to choose between, who do you keep? Do you keep Souček? Do you keep James Ward-Prowse? Souček does fantastic on either box. He can score you a goal. He can shoot. Hello there, mate. I had to put my play.
Irons. Yeah, he's 2 and it's 9:30 and he's awake.
It's school holidays, you can tell.
Yeah. But no,
sorry.
That's all right. But it's like Souček or James Ward-Prowse. It's like which one would you keep? They both have different attributes that they can add, and James Ward-Prowse's energy and his set pieces, or Thomas Souček's ability to get in the box and to defend really well. That's
for me, to be honest. I think JWP, he's set pieces, but I think you've got Bowen, you've got Somerville take set pieces now, you've got Paqueta. I think you could cover that. I think he's more likely to keep Souček because he gives you that extra bit of extra body in the box if we're chasing the game, or I'd prefer him in a physical battle, obviously, than JWP. So, but again, it's like we've said, we want Cornet gone for the last 18 months, but no one's put a bid in for him. We want to get Danny Ings off the books, but no one's going to put a bid in for him. So unless we,
do you reckon we'll do what we did?
Can you hold your thought for 1 second? There's over 160 people watching live. 2 seconds, little man, stay there. And I'm going to bring up on the screen here what you need to do if you are watching. Up there, you can see the West Ham Network Extra channel. And right here with my arrow pointing on it, I don't know if you can see it, I'm hovering over the subscribe button. You have to click that subscribe button. So please make sure you do it. I'm watching it live right now. 620 subscribers on the West Ham Network Extra. Keep them coming in, please. The quicker we can get up there, the better. And it helps with the algorithm. There you go. Sorry, on over to you, Russ, again.
No, it was you. It was you, Alex. What were you saying,
man? Where was I? Could we do a similar thing? Sorry, complete. A similar thing that we did with Zuma.
I think
with maybe Danny Ings.
I think where Lopetegui's come in, he's taken a completely fresh look at every single player that we've got in our squad. And I think we definitely fell victim of where Moyes felt loyalty to players and therefore played them. Yeah. Players like Zuma, who we knew did not have it in their legs. Like, there's no way you could look at him and think he's okay to play. And yet we played him blindly just because it was what we did. And I think this is where it's really interesting, because getting rid of Zuma shows that Lopetegui's not afraid to be brutal. If he doesn't have a use for somebody in this squad, I don't think he's afraid to make a big call and just get rid of them, especially if they can get someone in replacement. So I wouldn't be surprised in the next season, perhaps. I think it will depend on who we can bring in as squad players or to replace the players that we want to get rid of in terms of like the dead wood.
I think from midfield perspective, I think you could easily get rid of a James Ward-Prowse and have that covered already, because we do have Lewis Orford, we do have Freddie Potts, and actually I think George will go off. I think George is going to go. I think George apparently looks like at the moment there's a couple of championship clubs after him at the moment. So I think he'll go probably to a nice championship club, which would be good, which is what he needs. I'd probably prefer him at a League One or League Two, getting kicked about a little bit than the championship side personally. But same with Lewis. I think Freddie's more likely to stay than Lewis. But again, we don't necessarily, we still haven't really be given much of a time frame about Alvarez. You know, when exactly he will be back from his injury. You know, the fact was yesterday, I think it was quite clear that apart from George Earthy, none of the other youngsters got on the pitch. So where they've been getting all game time throughout all of the time, a lot of the previous. So I think that was quite telling in terms of his plans for Saturday onwards. But I mean, we were in the media bit like yesterday, and talking to some of the ex-players, and they have no idea. I said, "What's the starting lineup going to be on against Villa?" And they were looking through, and I had about 4 different lineups of them. You know, Martin Allen said something different to this one, and so it was like we were sitting there like no one really knows, because he's been playing a back 3 all pre-season, and then yesterday he played a back 4.
Yeah.
I think
it's going to be it's going to be interesting what lineup he goes with. But back to what you said earlier about him coming in and moving on these players. He has no loyalty to any of these players. And I posted a video up early this morning about Lopetegui being under pressure. And because I'd seen a few comments that were saying, well, he must be under a lot of pressure now. We've spent all this money and we brought in all these signings. So I was like, he's always been under that pressure from the very moment that he signed. He knew that he had a remit to deliver European football back to the London Stadium within 2 seasons, and that hasn't changed. So he's going to have to be ruthless in some cases, and I feel like that's what has happened with Zuma. I feel Tim has definitely, he's got a ruthless streak in him. I think we know that he's definitely got a ruthless streak in him. So yeah, we're not so much showing loyalty as much as probably Moyes would have done, and I feel like that is a good thing. But I still think that they will show loyalty to the team that he chooses, to the squad that he's then got. Like, I think that he's a very caring manager, so I don't think that is a sign that he won't be a caring manager to all the other players. But I feel like he's looking at the squad now. Right, we're going to move this one on. We're going to move this one on. But he does have to be a little bit ruthless because he has got a job to do. He has got a job to do.
There's a load of dead wood, isn't there, from the previous 2 regimes, not just under Moyes, but under Pellegrini as well. You got to think the types of players was brought in, the type of players who's still there. I mean, we're now at a situation now. We've only got Aaron Cresswell and Antonio from the bowling days.
Yeah,
that's still 2 players who have been here since 2000, since the last season of the bowling, the 15-16 seasons. That's a long time ago, even in football now. If you get players for 3 or 4 years, you've done well. In terms of loyalty. So we've still got a lot of old players there, and Fabianski's 39, and so it's certain players where it just seems that we've had a lot of dead wood, and so we brought in where we would get rid of the players first and then bring them in, which is what we used to do under under previous regimes. Now we're doing it the right way. We've got them in. Now we can get them out. If we do get them out and we're a little bit light, then we've got the academy players to bulk into the squad, and everyone wants to see academy players play. So, it's a win-win, really.
And Lopetegui doesn't have, I know he's got a couple of seasons to prove what he can do, but I'm sure that he's aware that time is of the essence, because say next transfer window, we're not in a very good position in the league. I think everything becomes harder, and he'll be more aware than anybody about that we'll start losing better players and we'll lose the appeal of like getting back into Europe and things like that. So I think the quicker that we can really be firing on all 4 cylinders, the quicker we're going to be able to get back to Europe. And I think he's going to be fighting from moment 1 for that. So as much as he might have some time at the club, I think he's going to be looking at this as an absolute race for us to get 3 points every single game.
And I also just want
coming up here from Xtra, and he said about the players he's going to send to sell, and here it is here. Either Mavropanos or Agerd. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? I'll go with you, Alex. I mean, do you see seriously West Ham looking at selling Agerd and Mavropanos this window?
If we have a plan to bring in another centre-back, then yes, I do. I would be very torn between which one I would prefer to go, because I feel like both have shown real quality. but also both have shown real weaknesses as well. But if I had to choose between the two, I probably would say move Mavropanos more than Aguerd, because I know that Aguerd is liable to make a little bit of an error here or there. He made one yesterday in the game where he just took too long to clear the ball. I still think like he is a better defender, and he is a player that is really, really going to suit this Lopetegui system a lot more than he ever suited the system that we were playing under Moyes. And you'll get the best out of him. He has been a highly rated centre back for a very, very long time. There's a lot of other teams were looking at him, and yeah, he is a good centre back when he's being played in the right system. And anyone that has I feel like anyone that's seen him in pre-season, they're very much like Kilman as well. I think it's just impossible to judge any of these players in pre-season until they played a competitive game. Until they've actually got there's something on the line. When they're playing a game, I feel like it's very hard to judge any of these players. So maybe he will wait for, just to see a couple more games to see which one he may want to move on. But yeah, it's a possibility if we are bringing in another centre back. We definitely would need to bring in another one if we move on, though.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can come across and you can have a player that you genuinely like, just naturally like, but either way, like, again, I think Aguerd's one of those players that if you watch. We've spoken about this a lot. Like the seasoned football fan will know about the likes of Aguerd in terms of before he came to West Ham. But when you look at his career and his start to his West Ham life, it's not been easy. His career was good. He was playing well. He was playing in a system with Rennes and who were being very forward with the ball. They weren't sitting on the low block, and he was extremely confident. Came to West Ham, got injured pre-season, and that was it. Like that really fucking set him back big style. Then he doesn't make his West Ham debut officially until January after the World Cup when he plays for Morocco. So really, I said this the other day, he's only really played with West Ham for a season and a half, but he's been there for a lot longer. And in that season and a half, he's had to get used to the Premier League, so half of the season before last. And then last season playing a low block. Really, you could say, judge him by the last season. But the low block isn't a suited style for him, as we all know, and as you've alluded to, Alex. I think we know Lopetegui wants to keep him, but equally, I think we all know if a big offer comes in for him, we ain't going to knock it back.
No.
Yeah, and we can get money for him, and we won't be able to for too much longer as well. So I think if we want money, he's probably the player that we do need to get rid of. I've just seen, by the way, Darmesh has said on Twitter or X, breaking West Ham United medical Monday morning for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Exit terms agreed with Manchester United. Agreement now on all aspects of the deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the second time we've had that today.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Man United have probably shot themselves because something's happened with that Missouri deal. And then Tim's gone, do you know what, Darmish? Put this out, mate. And they've gone,
Exactly.
They're a nightmare of a club to deal with, aren't they? I mean, we had it last season with McTominay and Maguire, didn't we? Where these exit fees, I don't know what they were putting in their contracts, but it makes it extraordinarily hard to get rid of them.
It's not. It's just the fact is, it's like the whole idea of it is to ensure that if they put in a transfer request, then they don't get a loyalty bonus. And so this is all, it's pretty standard practice. So Man United want to sell him. He hasn't put a transfer request in, so he's due a loyalty bonus. They're like shits. So obviously this was all agreed, don't forget, under a previous ownership, not the Enos guys. It was under the Glaziers, wasn't it? So that's when he signed. So he is, to be honest, he was well in his right to go, fuck it, I'm going to stay here for another year, sit on the bench, get my 90 grand, and I'll probably get 15 grand signing on fee next summer. He could easily have done that. So, they apparently it was 7. They've negotiated it to 5.6 or something like million. But it's like a Todibo deal. People forget that that Nice would have to pay Barcelona 20% sell-on fee. So that's why they wanted to get as much money as possible. And then we
managed to agree that deal very early, didn't we? Though we've had that deal agreed for a while.
Yeah, We had to do, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it's taken them to shut up to realise it all.
I did. Is an obligation, isn't it, or an option to buy?
It's an obligation.
But it is an obligation, isn't it?
Yeah.
By the sound of it. So, but I've seen so many comments like, it's just so Man United can sign him next summer. So no, that's not that's not how it's going to work. The West Ham,
if they can do, but they'll be buying him from us. And it will be a lot more money.
Well, no, correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought the reason Man United can't sign him is no, ignore me.
No, because he was playing.
I was actually listening. It was so fucking delayed. What you said, I was like, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
I saw this question here as well. What's
Yes.
the opinion on Bowen being our new captain if that's what's going to happen? What are we saying? How does everyone feel about Bowen as captain?
I mean, I made a video on this when it was first rumoured that he was going to be captain. Now, I do initially kind of really like the idea. I think he's got that energy and that determination and that fight, which he shows in every game, which I think is great for the captain. I just doubt, or I wonder if he has got that voice that he needs as a captain, or if he's got that ability to tell players what needs to be said in the moment, because I feel like that's what was lacking with Zuma. Really was. He was just too nice. Now, I also said we may not have seen that side to Bowen. We may not have done. He may have that side. We just may never have seen it. So I'm willing to give the guy a chance, and I would absolutely, I'll support him 100%. Anything that man does, he has my full support. He really does at West Ham United. But yeah, I do have my doubts. But until he's actually, captain's a game and we see what he can do, it's very hard to judge. But yeah, there is. I think Alvarez was also another option, but I think he's too much of a hothead sometimes, and he's not ideal. So when you actually have a look around with the rest of the squad, it's very hard to kind of pick out a better option, really, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think my opinion is that he's definitely deserving. Like, if you look through the squad of who deserves it, he signed a long-term deal with West Ham. We've got so many amazing memories, like the goal in Prague. Like, we've got so many things that I think make Bowen have that commitment and that drive that we want. He never gives up. We've been behind in games when every other player looks like their heads have dropped, and he's always carried on. And I think those are the qualities that make a good captain. But similar to what you were saying, the one thing I question whether Bowen has is the ability to just get everyone else riled up and say the things that people don't want to hear. And like, you hear about Noble back in the day, like almost using mind games and speaking to people how they needed to be spoken to get the best out of them.
Yeah,
well, he's got a good role model to help him out if he doesn't he? Mr. Danny Dyer, he'll know how to give a team talk.
I'm not. I mean, I hope to have my opinion changed, but for me, it's like not a lazy choice, but it's someone who I agree. Again, we only see 90 minutes, don't we? We don't see the other hundreds of hours a week on the training ground. But the impression I get in terms of listening to him talking, seems quite a quiet guy, seems quite a nice guy. And it might just be from a fan's perspective. I like a shouter. I look at people like Deck. I thought Deck was a good team captain, not a good club captain, but a good team captain. Julian Dix, people like, I mean, Scott Parker wasn't the captain. It was Matthew Upson, but Christian Daly, Lucas Neal, we've heard from Anton Ferdinand and people like that, what an impact he had as a captain. I hope he's a great captain, but for me, I'm always a bit, I don't know. I would have preferred. I always prefer, and that's just maybe old school me, a centre half being captain.
Well, times are changing, aren't they? It's that nicey touchy feely, approach. And I mean, I'm not overly. I mean, I approve of that sometimes, but sometimes you need to have a little bit of shouting going on. And I liked it when a captain does it, because sometimes the captain does need to get mad. Sometimes the captain does need to really put some players in their place, and I'm just not sure if Bowen can do that.
No, I agree. I'm pretty old school as well. I agree with pretty much what everyone has said there in terms of Bowen. We haven't seen him in that role yet.
No.
I'm of the old school mindset. I played a centre half. I was a captain for a team I played for, and for me, in terms of old school, I'm looking at players like Billy Bonds, Bobby Moore, who read the game, who look from behind, who look up the field. There's more, element of them being able to read the game from behind better than you can from the front. That's what they do tend to say, but we do underestimate what these people do off the park.
True.
That is so important as well. And that, I know we've heard everything. It's been rammed down our throats in terms of what Noble did, not just on the field. We know what he did on the field, but what he did off the field for the team, the importance, the tones that he set in terms of cleaning the dressing room, the changing rooms after games on away days. He set the standards of what it was to be a West Ham player, and I think Bowen absolutely fully understands. He's totally soaked up what West Ham and what to be West Ham is. Again, not just because of the Danny Dyer situation, but solely because he's literally cemented himself into the club by being the way he has been, playing the way he has played, and being as important to West Ham as what he has been. So he's done that himself, let alone the fact that he's added the fact that he's marrying, one of the biggest West Ham celebrity West Ham fans out there. Like that will add.
Well, he's marrying his daughter. Actually.
Yeah.
No, she's massive. She's a huge West Ham fan as well. So, and that's the thing. He's married into that family. So I'm not saying that's the be all and end all. And I think they'll always look after his career. Anyone would, that's like any of you lot having a kid and a rival club comes in for them to sign them, and do they sign for them?
I've got Operation Florence. Operation Florence is. I've got I'll tell you my plan offline, but she's going to be the next Danny Dyer.
This is the plan.
I'm not telling you now. I'll tell you offline. Anton, what centre back would you like yourself to? Says Virgil.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, me. Have you not seen the viral clip of me online? That goes on Facebook. Clip. No, it's actually reasonably. It's a Facebook viral clip. Julian Dix. But I know he wasn't
centre back.
No, I know he was left back, but I played like Julian Dix as a centre back. No nonsense.
So Matthew
no
Upson then. Gary Breen then.
No,
the answer.
Not.
Gary Breen.
No, it's not. I shaved my head. I modelled my game.
Gary Breen had a shaved head.
I modelled my game on Julian Dix, and he was my hero. Loved the geezer to bits. And yeah, no nonsense defending. I was at the game where he stood on John Spencer's head against Chelsea. I'm not saying I stood on people's heads. I certainly did not. But that tackle you can see on Facebook is it's not that great, and it's probably modelled upon a Julian Dix tackle. So yeah. And Duke, me and you had that conversation at the Pillow de Canio night, and I certainly was no Pillow de Canio.
If we win the league, will you get your top knot cut off?
If we win the league, can Anton chop his top knot off?
Yes.
Are you saying, John, that? So if I say no, what does that mean?
We're not winning the league.
Well, yeah, fucking right. I'll chop it off then.
Okay, you've got it. That's it. Done. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
You're going to chop yours off, right?
We need to send this back. Show that to the West Ham fans. Give them some motivation.
I did it when we. So I said on a stream when we were in the Europa League for the first time, saying that if we won the Europa League, I think I said I was going to eat a pot of jelly deals or something like that. And West Ham Clips kept it, and every week he'd send it to me. Remember what you said? Remember what you said? Remember what you said? Oh yeah, I remember what I said. But no, thankfully we didn't win because I can't stand jelly deals. But
I've never had them actually.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm tempted in any way. Is it any?
I only had pie and mash like for the first time about 2 years ago.
What?
It's just
I know.
the jelly part. It's just the jelly part.
Yeah. The texture looks like the problem.
Well, and the eel part as well.
Yes.
The jelly part is just fucking weird, man.
Any kind of seafood's not for me. Jellies are not jellies. Not
No,
a seafood.
no, I'm not a seafood person. The only place I'll have the only place I'll eat cod is when I go to the caravan. So in a couple of weeks' time, down Stalham. Looking forward to that. Don't forget to put a sub in the channel, guys. It always all helps. And nicely Duke in the chat as well. Hope you're Duke. Nice to see you, mate. Darren is chuffed for Bowen as a good captaincy.
I'm chuffed for him. I'm happy for him. I think every fan is. We're just not all 100% sure if he's the best choice.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's great. It's a nice. I just think time again. It's the same as all these signings. Time will tell if it all works. It might not all work. Roll mops, horrible. I bought my wife when she was pregnant. Most husbands will, when they give birth, will buy some flowers or so. She wanted a pint of prawns and half a dozen roll mops. It was like, oh my god!
I was like, at that point, you've just got to go and get the prawns and roll mops.
Yeah, there we go.
Listen, since we've been on, we're up to 728 subscribers. Can we get this to 800 before the end of the stream? That would be amazing if we could. So keep hitting that. If you are watching, please keep hitting that.
We could all wear Spurs kits if we win the league, just to kind of rub it in, to say, look, we're trying to make you feel better, Spurs. This is why it's hard to win the league. But no.
Did you see anything yesterday? Did you see the? Obviously, we ironically won the Betway Cup for the first time for years, obviously, and Spurs lost their made-up cup to Bayern Munich, and Harry Kane refused to lift the trophy. Someone says because he's not used to lifting trophies. That was the trouble. That was, but
no, I made a video. On that. Is I think the show of respect. He didn't want his first trophy lift as a Bayern Munich player, because he actually hasn't won any trophy for Bayern Munich since he's joined there, and the first one he wins, even though it is a pre-season one, happens to be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So I think that's what I think it was a show of respect. It would be interesting to see if it actually was a major trophy, though, if he would do the same thing. I'm not sure he would, but it was amusing to see him do it. But no, it was a show of respect. I respect players for doing that, I guess.
Have you seen some of the forfeits in these comments?
We could always win something.
West Spurs kit. Claret and blue beard.
I haven't got any hair, so that's the trouble. If we win the league,
I'll do the claret and blue beard.
Me too.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the hormones in it, Holes. The hormones in it. Happens in it.
Exactly. You can't help these things.
It'll be 3 hair. It'll be 2 hairs, 1 claret, 1 blue.
Yeah, 1 claret, 1 blue.
Exactly.
Elbow
prefers winkles.
Does anybody actually like jelly deals? Because every single person that I've spoken to about it treats it like some kind of challenge to
Bush
eat one.
Tucker trial, yeah. What do you think of the third kit?
I like it.
What do you think of the third kit?
Gold bit. I feel like
I'm not.
He stands out too much.
I don't mind the gold bit. I've got a major offence to the way that Umbro have done their logo this year. It just offends me. I don't mind it on the whole kit.
It's a century thing, isn't it?
It's just why they've blocked it in. It just looks fucking stupid.
I think they designed the shirt. I think the person designing the shirt, the person designing the shirt was designing it. They were in the videos at the time. They dropped the packet, one fell there, and they thought, well, do you know what? Why not? And they just added it. It ruins it.
Well, unfortunately, they designed it.
Triangle. I think
they designed it, and then West Ham slapped the shirt sponsor on it, the sleeve sponsor, which they didn't know about when they designed it. So it's like, I think I know what they're trying to. It was the Di Canio in it, the white shirt. That was the one they're trying to go with as a sort of as sort of inspiration. But I mean, they'd be wearing it against Crystal Palace week after next, isn't it? That's when they're first wearing it. So
it
don't look too bad on. It don't look too bad on. I've seen people, a lot of people walking about in it yesterday. Don't look too bad, but I showed Flo yesterday, and she went, "Oh, can I get it without the green patch?" No, but I don't get it with that bit. Yeah, but no, don't. It's not great.
I did explore to see if you could take this off. I don't think you can't, though, can you?
Someone did. I saw someone on Twitter doing it.
You always like techniques, don't you? What were they doing on Twitter? How did they?
It was an iron job and something. There's a TikTok account where they they get the old shirts and they peel off and they get all the stuff off and make it look brand new. And so it's a similar technique. You're on TikTok, Al, so you'll find it.
Yeah, I'll have to figure that.
Yeah,
this shirt though is beautiful.
Oh, it's a lovely kit.
Yeah,
I think it's a really smart kit.
This one is beautiful. Yeah,
I'm just waiting for mine coming in.
£12.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
He goes, why is it upside down? Why is it to the left?
Do you know what? They've done all the pictures and Tadebo's picture, and all you see is this big fucking green thing. It just does my head in. Like, I wish
you got the green thing and you got this bloody yellow thing. I just hate it.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't like it.
I've got West Ham shirts called also. We all said the same thing about the JD one, and I've just kind of
that was okay.
accepted it and got used to it.
Because it was black.
Because it was black, I didn't mind it.
Or it's because this one looks so terrible, it's made this one look not that bad.
You know what, though? I bet quick bets are buzzing. It's got everyone talking. Like, as much as everyone's saying they hate it, branding exposure-wise,
there's a really good show out where there's a guy who works for one of the kind of other companies that's not Adidas, Nike, Umbro, and basically what they're saying is that these companies have just got lazy because they can. They're lazy because they can, and because they know as soon as they put out something, they can. That people will buy it. And Nike, for example, you can probably. I mean, if you look at West Ham, so the year before we released the strip, was it the strip? We won the conference in the home one, which had the kind of fading. You know what I'm talking about? Last season with Declan Rice. The season before, we released a training kit that had that. Yeah, that one. Yeah, the training kit the season before had all those on the corners. And if you start looking at our training kits the year before they're released, then you get a vibe of what the next season's top's going to be. It's just
because they had scope markets on that one.
Yeah.
Another one who went bust.
Well, it's not a big old circle, is it? So
no.
It's
just like Alpari, they went bust.
What's the point of having a sponsor on the shirt though if no one's going to see it? I guess. I mean, I don't agree with them. I don't like it, but it works.
Someone made a point. There were a lot of people, a lot of the players were tugging at this, and I saw a couple of people cut the players had it cut. The necklines, obviously, it might be quite tight. A bit like Julian Dix famously did when we had he'd cut it, and then every week the kit man would sew it back up, and he'd cut it again. So there we go.
Lloyd, if we win the league, I will do this. That's mine.
Or
just grow the beard, Holly.
I might if I start now.
All those hormones.
Don't shave anymore.
I'll start now. End of the season, full beard.
Favorite kits, the owner. But yeah, we did a whole thing about favorite kits, and Holly did something as well about favorite kits. And I think kits are always. I mean, my favorite kit is the first kit I saw West Ham playing, which was
it? I think for so many of us, like you can look at kits, and most of the years they're pretty much a rehash of something that's already been done or a combination of a few seasons. But it definitely is the memories, like the amount of kits that you think of. All you can think of is certain players wearing them, certain memories that we had, like the kit that we like the Conference League, the one with the fire at the bottom. Such a strange kit, but then you think of the Conference League and you love the kit. So there are so many things that it's the memories. It's
the only one I didn't buy. It's the only one I didn't buy last year.
Yeah, I know.
And
speaking of kits,
there it is.
I'm good at this. So Alloy Collectors have just. Well, I don't think it's actually out yet.
I've got there.
But this is the pre. This is the pre. We'll put a link in somewhere, but it's the pre-order, the 1965 kit. Get all of them. Get 1 to 11, and this is the first of many they're doing anyway. So we actually did a scavenger hunt on Saturday, but obviously after there's only 12,000 people there. We'll be doing another one this Saturday for the Aston Villa game, so keep an eye on the channel, and that will be distributed somewhere.
Just for anyone that isn't aware, the scavenger hunt is a great idea. We'll give you a hint, or pretty much borderline tell you where we're leaving it, and then it's up to you to go and collect it. First come, first serve. I think we've done. How many have we done now? Is that 5 or 6?
5, I think. Yeah, we've done one at. We've done one at. We did one at the Bobby Moore statue at the bowling. We did one at the Muriel
On the
by
training
Erkins.
ground.
We did one at both trading grounds at Rush Green and at Chadwell Heath. We did one by the 1965 trophy. There'll probably be one by the 1965 trophy again on Saturday because I'll be there.
And there's one Glasgow train station as well. If you get a chance to go up there, you can find one.
Glasgow train station.
Bringing everyone to Scotland.
Oh bless.
Oh bless.
Oh bless.
We are now up to 760 subscribers. If any of you are watching this and haven't subscribed,
amazing.
make sure you hit that subscribe button because, as we've said, there's going to be so much content going on here. Same as always on West Ham Network. It's a whole new channel for all new angles, new people, new content.
Yeah, and also just to reiterate, there's nothing going on. You know, it's like Budgie's been in the chat. Am I still got a job? Yeah, Budgie's still there. So Tuesday nights will be Alex's TikTok takeover the main channel. Wednesday they have Jamie Talks doing the wrap up. We'll have Old School Hammers with Budgie and Kieran. Thursdays, every second Thursday of the month, we'll have Gatesy doing the big debates. We'll also have, people have asked for the quiz nights. We'll bring back the quiz nights probably on Thursdays. Maybe once every couple of weeks. And then also we've got all the stuff with Alex's channel. We'll have on the Xtra channel, we'll have opposition chats, all that type of stuff. And then we've got the membership program as well, where we'll have weekly podcasts exclusive to members, as well as monthly ex-player nights as well. So exclusive for that. Well, we'll still also have all the ex-players and stuff on the main channel as well, but you'll have your own exclusive opportunity to talk to the likes of Tonka and David Cross and people like that. So loads of stuff coming on. Loads of stuff.
Here it is. I just saw Robert saying here as well about Brentford keeping the same kit for 2 seasons in a row. I wonder if any other clubs will follow suit. Because obviously
Luton have done that as well. Yeah, Luton have done it as well. Yeah.
Have they? Okay. Because you need the same sponsor.
I respect it. Yeah, no, I respect it. I mean, my first ever kit was the one from '93, and that was a 2-season kit. It was a 93 and 94, 95 season as well. Back in the Dagenham Motor. So we used to do it, but the Premier League, a lot of Premier League clubs are not going to do it because it makes money. But I respect Brentford for doing it because of that very reason. It does save fans a little bit of money. They don't have to buy a new kit every single season. Unless they want to. Then they're just buying the same shirt. Maybe they put on some weight. I don't know. But I respect it. But I can't see many Premier League.
No one's going to do it. It's money now, isn't it? I mean, that's a bygone era now, isn't it? It's a bygone era. I said you got this one here with BAC. After that was Dagenham Motors. Doesn't happen anymore, does it, mate?
Wait, sorry. Please email me, mate. Please just send me an email. westhamnetwork@gmail.com. Please, I need to have a conversation with you, mate. Please, Phil. I know you're listening to me. Please don't ignore me for that one. And if anyone doesn't know what Toby's talking about, for about 6 years, he's been asking us to have and make hoodies. And Russ just makes them for himself and keeps them. So I'm only joking. We do need to get some stuff put up together, and we'll maybe try and do something this year. Yeah, we'll definitely.
Have we still got our Etsy store? Let me have a look. Carry on. Carry on.
Yeah, I saw it. It is still there. There's just nothing listed, obviously. I'm pretty sure the page is there.
Yeah.
Carry on.
We're up to 772 subscribers, actually. So we're only needing another 28, and then we can leave. We can leave whenever we want. Obviously, we can. But I'm not ignoring you, Toby. I am not. I have a headhunt for Foe as well. Yes, and I know you've been asking for this. We'll get them sorted. Don't you worry. Do not worry about that. If you haven't, also go back and check out the fantastic show that we launched this week on the West Ham Networks channel, which is the debate show, the big mass debate with Gatesy. It was a great show, actually, really good. And the whole idea, again, is to bring loads of different opinions on and get different views, etc.
Someone's nicked my idea.
And then on top of that, we had Budgie and Kieran's Old School Hammers made its return for the new season as well. So make sure you do go across there and check that out. But Alex, what kind of stuff can we expect on here for the coming week, especially leading up to the Aston Villa game?
Yeah, so initially what the plan is there'll be a match preview every single week. There'll be a match review every single week. There'll be match vlogs. So obviously I'm a season ticket holder that goes to all the games at home. So I'll be doing match vlogs for those games. And when I do get away to an away game, which is occasionally, there'll be match vlogs for that as well. I'll be attempting to do a live every single week with an opposition fan, where we will come on in, we'll talk about how they feel about us, how I feel about them, ask them questions, just a general chat with an opposition fan from the team we're playing that weekend. And yeah, just a spatter of kind of general opinion videos really on things that are kind of going on. It's not going to be as organised as the West Ham network itself, where it's very regimental when they post most of the time. It'd just be, when it is. But yeah, there'll be a match preview, a match review, match vlog, and a live every week. That'll be the standard, and then other stuff will come along depending on what kind of like what's going on. But I'll still do my TikTok thing where I'm on TikTok every single day. I post in there with the short form stuff on things, but where we'll be talking short, using that platform there to talk about things. Briefly, I will go into more detail on the YouTube channel, basically. So yeah, that's pretty much what you can expect, and I'm sure these guys will be contributing little bits and bobs occasionally as well.
Absolutely. Can't get rid of us.
Ken, just on this note, I watched who are they interviewing? Oh, do you know it was the David Moyes interview with Simon Jordan? I don't know if anyone's watched it. If we can have a quick
that ruffles some feathers.
It certainly did. But during it, they were talking about Wayne Rooney being a manager, and basically they said that people need to forget the fact that he needs to be a good manager. He just needs to be a manager that keeps Plymouth where they are. just keep them in the division. His record isn't great, isn't fantastic, but he just, instead of thinking that he's going to get them promoted, if people just get their head around the fact that he's going to come in and try and do a job of just keeping them in the division, then that means he is going to do a good job under the stresses that they have.
It's very rarely you have an amazing player go on to become an amazing manager, isn't it? I mean, it has happened, but most of the time when you got ex-players that have become brilliant managers, they're players that kind of went under the radar throughout their careers. And they kind of sat back and watched the game. And I say most of the time because you've got Xabi Alonso, who is obviously a brilliant player, and so far he's proven to be a brilliant manager. Whether or not he's going to continue being a brilliant manager, or whether or not he was just a one-season wonder, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so when I look at players like Wayne Rooney, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, just kind of feel like just go figure something else out, because it's just not working out for you. It's just not. Give some other guys a chance.
Even if you've played under a really good manager, I think the difficulty is that you can replicate what they've done. You can remember what they did really well and what you did well under them. But I don't think that you can keep going when shit hits the fan and things get really difficult. I think that's when those players run out of ideas, because they haven't got the in-depth knowledge of what those managers actually did to switch things up when times got hard. So yeah, I think sometimes they can have a decent start and people can be really excited about them becoming a manager, but playing and managing are two completely different worlds, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, look at Kevin Nolan. Kevin Nolan, had a good career, then he went to become a manager, failed at Notts County, Orrin, was it as well, something like that, and then found to his feet being a good coach. And I think that's the way most. Yeah, I mean, look, some names coming up. Zola. Yeah. I mean, obviously you got exceptions to the rules. Zidane, Beckenbauer, Fresnes, Johan Cruyff, good managers, but more often than not, you're totally right out. They end up. It's almost like it's a prerequisite that they should become managers and stuff, and it doesn't usually work very well. It doesn't usually work. I mean, look at Slav. I mean, Slav particularly. Slav was a fantastic international manager, but not as a club manager, and so.
No, I always thought that Slav was a decent manager. It just, it just ended up not kind of working out for him eventually.
I just thought he got too friendly with the players.
Yeah.
Not in that way, but you know what I mean. With an international manager, you pick in essence the
Don't
best
think-
players.
I
You know,
don't think
of
anyone was
the-
accusing him of that. Where did your mind go there, Russ? Because I think it was the only one.
No. What I was saying was he was. Well, it's like, you know, you got too friendly. People might got, you know. But anyway, he was a great international manager. You pick the best players, and then you have them for 2 weeks, and all you have to basically do is get them as a cohesive unit and a team all together. And then, you know, it's different day to day sort of managing players, and I just don't think he was a very good. And you've seen it's not just been at West Ham; everywhere he's gone, really hasn't really done very well as a club manager. You know, West Brom didn't do very well. You know, I think it was Besiktas, not too bad, but nothing great. And it just didn't suit him. Didn't suit him being a club manager, in my opinion.
No, fair enough. I think that's why you end up with some of the better players becoming, you know, pundits. You know, you look at some of the pundits you see now. You've got Thierry Henry, you've got Roy Keane, you know, Alan Shearer, so to speak. Some of the really popular and great footballers. The majority of them tend to be pundits rather than managers, or they try out management and then become pundits. So maybe, and you've seen it with Wayne Rooney. He did become a little bit more, and I actually think he is better as a pundit than a manager, personally. Stephen Gerrard, not so much, because you can barely understand what he says. But Lampard could probably work as a pundit.
What we got? Bring back Harry Redknapp. Yeah. I mean, Jason makes a point about Vinny Company. You know, we'll see how he does against being a manager at Bayern Munich. It's very different than being a manager at Burnley, isn't it? So,
he had a style of football that he wanted to play, but he didn't have the players to play that way. And that is something that kind of gives me a little bit of hope when it comes to Lopetegui, actually, because I think he had an idea of how he wanted to play. And with the squad that he inherited, it wouldn't have worked out too well. But with the squad that he's building, it may work out a little bit better. And I really do kind of hope it does, because we've brought with a lot of good players to really, really improve us. So, yeah, when it comes to a player like Company, manager like Company, I feel like he's got a good chance of doing okay at Bayern. Or he could fail miserably and be out of a job in 6 months. You never know.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
In all honesty, yeah. I think it's gonna be fascinating to see what happens the first few weeks. Fascinating in terms of how we're set up, how the rest of the transfer window goes, who leaves. I think deadline day is going to be more about who we get off the books rather than necessarily get in. And so, yeah, I think it's really exciting. As I said, you know, it's the 11th of August. We signed our first player last year on the 10th of August, and now we've got, you know, so many players already. You know, could have 8 signings by the end of the 8 signings by midway through this week.
I remember saying I think it was just before, it was about a week before we brought in Somerville and Rodriguez and Fuller. I said there was people panicking. Like, no, don't panic. We're like, last summer we signed 4 players in 18 days. We may not be able to sign 4 players in 18 days again this summer, but you know, it can happen. And then we go sign 4 in 10 with the possibility of it being 5 in 11. So yeah. Tim just said, "Hold my beer."
Amazing as well, because they're not only players, they're quality players, and they're players in the positions that we need, which is something so many times in recent transfer windows. We've brought players in, but it's just a completely different position, like left wing and striker, never bringing them in. So it's so nice.
We've addressed every single problem that we had, and we look at all the players and we were like, right, yeah, we needed that player for that position. You look at some of them, like, we needed a left winger, a right-footed left winger to come in. You looked at Kilman, it's like, yeah, we needed another centre back to be there. We needed another centre back. Wan-Bissaka, we needed a right back. Rodriguez, we needed back up for Alvarez. You know, all these players have come in with a purpose. And I know you got Fodringham, like we needed a third choice keeper. Maybe that's what we got. And we got Guilherme as well, who I think that's an interesting one, Guilherme. I'm really interested to see what we see from him this season. I don't think we're going to see a huge amount from him.
No.
And I think it might take him a little while to kind of settle in. But yeah, I mean, every time I've watched him so far, he hasn't really kind of set the world alight. But yeah, did score a penalty yesterday. So yeah, that was okay. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what we get from him. But I think expectations have just got to be when it comes to him. But no, everyone else has done. Everyone else that we brought in has been what we needed. We actually looked at the issues we had and we've addressed them in the transfer window.
Yeah.
We've never done that before. We don't do that. We don't do that. That's very refreshing.
Very refreshing. We're being asked what's the exciting announcement. The exciting announcement is that this is West Ham Network Extra, a whole other channel dedicated to other videos on top of all the videos that are already happening. To Alex.
Yes. Yes, you are. You're not on the West Ham Network channel. You're on the West Ham Network Extra channel, which is with me. I have been making YouTube videos for a little while, but this has been in the works for a little while as well. And for me, you'll get match previews, match reports. You'll get match vlogs as well when I go to the games. I'm a season ticket holder. Weekly lives with an opposition fan, where we talk about the upcoming game with the fan from their supporters, and just various other posts from myself talking about topical things with West Ham United. I do have a TikTok page where I talk about everything on there. I just go into a little bit more detail on here, and Holly, Ant, and Russ will also be contributing a little bit as well when they can. So that's it. It's just a little bit more for the West Ham Network, the West Ham Network Extra, just stuff that you don't want to you don't want to put too much on that page. Just put it out. I can't think of the word right now. It's getting late.
You don't want to drown out the content. So
yes, that's it. Yeah.
I just need 2 more subscribers. All I want is 2 more subscribers. I'm even contemplating going around and finding the kids' iPads and fucking subscribing via their iPads just so you get 2 more subscribers. I just want 2 more subscribers.
If you're watching this and you've not already hit that subscribe button, make sure you do, and turn on notifications as well, so you're notified every single time a video.
One more for 800. One more for 800.
One of you right now hasn't subscribed.
Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed yet? Because
actually, have I subscribed?
Oh,
I think I've already done it. I think I've already subscribed. Yeah, I've already subscribed.
Is Holly going to be the one? I think Holly's going to be the one.
Bear with.
803. 803. There you go.
803. There we go.
My unsubscribe.
There we go.
103.
Wow. What a great result for the very beginning. It's going to be 807.
Wow.
Lovely. No, that's amazing.
This is going to be so much fun as well. More content. There's just so much to say about West Ham.
There is so much.
Oh, there's always something to talk about West Ham.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to be the talk. We're going to be the talk of the town this season. Whether we're doing absolutely amazing and everyone's in awe of us, or we're doing absolutely terrible and they're all criticising us for spending so much money but not being able to do it.
At the moment,
we're going
to talk about how good our window's been. So many of my friends are like, West Ham having an incredible transfer window. I think it's like when you look at another club and you're jealous of how they're being organised, it feels very strange that it's West Ham that they're talking about with a good transfer window. More than good.
I know we usually sit here and we're like, oh, why can't we be more like that club? Or why can't we be more like that club? Now everyone's going to be, why can't we be more like West Ham? Exactly. That doesn't happen. that never happens.
They all watch
where people are looking at us, and I mean, there's a lot. There is a lot who's going to be hoping for Lopez to fail.
I do need to go. I need to go and book a holiday.
Fair enough.
I've been doing it for 9 or 10 hours today. I've still not booked it. My wife's probably going to kill me because I'm sitting in here doing this.
Get that holiday booked.
Go on, get a holiday booked. We'll call it an evening.
Subscribe.
Exactly.
Yes. See you later.
Take care, everyone.
Subscribe.
Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow with Hammer's headlines, all that type of stuff. And maybe another signing, maybe
Hopefully. Yes,
for Howard's
maybe.
birthday. We'll wait and see.
Yes.
But yeah, all good, all
yeah.
good and good.
I will be on the main West Ham Network channel on Tuesday night for Alex's TikTok takeover, and I will be live on this channel on Thursday night at 9 p.m. The big debate doesn't come on this week, does it?
Not
that doesn't start till 10 though, does it?
No, 9, but it's every second
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
So yeah. We got to work out some fun details. But this week I will be talking with and that's the Villa fan, and I can't remember his name. I will do a post. I can't remember his name. It's terrible. What's his name? I will be talking with Joe. With Joe, who's an Aston Villa fan. On Thursday evening to talk about the upcoming game, because they've also had a good window as well, Aston Villa.
Yeah, I mean us and them, isn't it? Really, us, them, and Chelsea. I think are the ones who are really.
I wouldn't say Chelsea. I wouldn't say Chelsea have had they've just signed their normal players.
Yeah, but they're busy. That's what I mean in terms of players who are busy. You know, we are the three of us have been very busy.
They're running that business very well.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
It's mad. How many players they've signed is absolutely crazy, and on long-term deals.
But then we do that. We're doing that now. That's, I mean, the whole thing with Todibo is another loophole.
Yeah.
You know, signing him on a loan spell and then means he's paid over 6 years, where we could have only previously paid it over 5 years. Yeah. So it is very.
I don't criticise anyone for exposing loopholes. Loopholes are there to be exposed sometimes, and I don't have a problem with Chelsea doing it. I think when it comes to the Chelsea model as a whole, I've always kind of feel like it's more of like a business where they buy and they sell for the football team that they happen to have at that business, rather than it being a football club. That's just kind of how it looks to me from the outside now, and I really hope that that's not how we're going to go, but I don't believe it is. Tim Steidten he's changing West Ham, but I feel like he's changing it for the better.
And it's all structured. It's not like people were saying in the comments there, scattergun approach at Chelsea. It feels like we've actually got a direction, and we're working out what the manager needs, and we're bringing in those players. So if ever there was a way that I wanted us to approach transfer windows, this right here is it. So we're setting ourselves up the best that we can for success under Lopetegui.
I agree totally.
Yes.
Right. Lovely stuff.
On that note, if you haven't subscribed as well, do that down below. Make sure you turn on the notifications. Give this video a like. Yes. All the fun stuff.
Thank you very much.
It's been a joy.
I need to get away from these lights. This heat is unbearable.
Yeah. First world problems. All right, guys. Well, have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the week before we kick off. Obviously, Saturday kicks off next Saturday. Take care, everyone. Much love.
Bye.
Come on, you Iron.